it. Here is the final replay on this style, and this time we're going to go Mutalisk into Swarmhost. I'm gonna answer a question afterwards, Razor Black Womba, but first I'm going Hedge Gas Pool. I usually go Hedge Gas Pool on bigger maps and Pool Hedge Gas on smaller maps, because I know that question sometimes pops up as to how I play. I'm always using this Overlord to scout for proxies, and my first Overlord goes across the map to scout what my opponent is doing, and I'm not sure what I actually saw. Didn't see anything, but ideally I want to see if he's going for a factory. Now I know that he's going for a factory, so factory, starport, the good old 1-1-1 build, so I don't need to be worried. All I have to do is defend against his pressure. In the meantime, Railgan at home is getting the lair, the double gas. It's going to be the same 2-base Muta opener, but into something completely different. Once again, I'm throwing down the Roach Farm. I'm throwing it down a little bit later this time. I have some links at home, always to keep myself safe. I'm poking around on his side of the map to see if I can do a little bit of damage to him. I usually put the Roach Farm here so I can wall off this area a little bit. Didn't do it this time, doesn't really matter. I think I just pulled 2 queens there to block it off. Got the Spire once the lair is started, making a couple roaches once the Roach Farm is done, getting the 3rd hatchery on the way. Always having some links at home for safety. I got an Overseer in case he's going for a Banshee. Like, I'm just preparing against everything. This is like the 360 defense. Don't die to anything. Like, the Banshee is coming, but already have an Overseer. The Hellions are coming, already have Roaches. The Hellions make a run by, already have links. Like, I'm just safe. I'm getting the Roach speed. Right now, I don't always get the Roach speed before Mutas, but I do get it sometimes. It kind of depends on on how many Roaches I make. If I make more than 3 Roaches, I usually get the Roach speed quicker. I'm just sending my Mutas across the map. The Banshee is not gonna do anything anyways. It just exists. I've threw down the Infestation Pit already as well, because I kind of expected it to be mech. I think I poked around a lot with my units and saw the tech lab on the factory when I sent some links up, so I knew it was going to be mech, because otherwise he wouldn't. I mean, I guess he could go for tanks, but I saw no add-on on the barracks either, so I kind of expected it to be the mech style. So what am I doing? I'm saturating my 3 bases again, so it's going to be the same. Like, this is the same as when I do the Roach push. I saturate the 3 bases, I get the 4th hatchery on the way. But I also get the Evolution Chamber. I only get the 1 upgrade, because carapace upgrades are not that important, I feel, against mech. I'm not really going to make links either, so 1 upgrade is enough. It's important that I keep around, that I poke around with my Mutas. I also make him build a lot of Vikings to be safe, because I'm going for the Mutas. And I'm throwing down the Nidus Network. I built the Nidus Network when the Infestation Pit is done usually. I think that's the correct timing, I don't know. And then I just throw down some Swarmhosts. I always hotkey the Nidus Network so I can quickly throw down new Nidus Swarms. I'm flying around with my Mutas and I'm trying to find a spot where I can Nidus him. It's usually pretty hard to actually find the correct Nidus spot. If you watch my my videos on YouTube, you might know that I usually do this build of 2 bases. Like, there's a 2-base Nidus all-in. The 3-base version works the exact same way against mech. You just start it off with 2-base Muta. Then I pop out some Nidus Swarms. I always have 1 queen in the Nidus Swarm as well. The queen is here to throw down some tumors, so he has to scan when he kills the Nidus Swarms. Then I'm just trying to find holes and poke a little bit of damage wherever I can. Trying to land some more Nidus Swarms. It's important that I keep Nidusing him, like I want to pressure him. At home I'm not going pure Swarmhost. I could be going pure Swarmhost. I could make a Hive transition. I have a lot of options, but what I'm going to do is just keep on Nidusing it up here. There's another Nidus Swarm here, there's a Nidus here, and I'm like, he has to be worried about attacks from everywhere right now. Ideally, I land the Locusts on the tanks. Sadly, that's not always possible. But if I can, I always want to attack the tanks with the Locusts. I could also Nidus in his main now, because I was able, like with my Locusts, I pushed everything away from over there. And you can see, like, he's starting to struggle, like he's completely falling apart. Because he has to deal with so much Nidus pressure. Now he has roaches in this base. He can't spend his minerals anymore because I attacked his main base over and over again with the Swarmhost. Over here there's locusts coming, over here there's a roach attack coming. I can put the roaches in the Nidus, pop them out over here, can Nidus here. I give a lot of options. This is a style that I play against mech, and the important things is that you have 2 steps. You open 2 base Mutant, then you saturate 3 bases, and then you throw down the infestation pit and Nidus network and just start spamming Swarmhosts and roaches. That is all. That's how I play my Swarmhost against Terran, and this guy kind of died really easily, like because I shut down his production. Other Terrans will try to go mass tank, or will 4-drop on top of the low Swarmhost. You have a lot of options, but it's usually I just try to spam Swarmhost, shut him down, and then I eventually make a Hydra switch, or I go for a Hive and make Broodlords. It always depends, like if I'm far ahead economically, I go for Broodlords. If it's an even game, I just spam Roach Hydra. Always kind of depends on a game-to-game basis. But yeah, it's kind of the basic build order. I mean, if your opponent is good or bad, the build order is still kind of the same. It's just an optimized version of a 3-base Roach Hydra, 3-base Roach Nidus play with Swarmhost. Of course I could fly here with Mutalisk, give me vision. Like, you can play a lot with your opponent, like fly around the space with Mutalisk. Oh, there's a Nidus in my main base! Then you attack him over here with roaches, you send locusts down the 3rd base. Like, you can really try to find holes in your opponent's playstyle. That is how this build works.